Hi, I'm Helene Danielson, and I am here with your devotional at 12:45. The text that we're taking a look at today is Jeremiah 29, verses 1 through 14. Now, full disclosure, when I saw this text, I wanted to jump to my favorite part of it, which is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Because I feel like that is a celebrate hope kind of a text. I feel like it is all about finding the spark that keeps you going and knowing that God is providing that spark for you. When I thought about what I wanted to say during a devotional, I did a little reading to find out some context for this verse. And what I found were a whole lot of scholars saying, don't look at this verse in isolation. You need to look at the context. You need to look at the whole story. And I went, oh, because the whole story is kind of heavy. So I'm going to share it with you and we can take a look. It's a letter to the exiles. This is the text of the letter that the prophet Jeremiah sent from Jerusalem to the surviving elders among the exiles and the priests, the prophets, and all the other people Nebuchadnezzar had carried into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. This is after King Joachim and the queen mother, the court officials, and the leaders of Judah and Jerusalem, the skilled workers, and the artisans had gone into exile from Jerusalem. He entrusted the letter to Isaiah, son of Shaphan, and to Gemariah, son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah, king of Judah, sent to King Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon. See, it's a mouthful. Here's what it said. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says to all those I carried into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. Build houses and settle down. Plant gardens and eat what they produce. Marry and have sons and daughters. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, so that they too may have sons and daughters. Increase in number there, do not decrease. Also, seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper. Yes, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Do not let the prophets and diviners among you deceive you. Do not listen to the dreams you have that you encourage them to have. They are prophesying lies to you in my name. I have not sent them, declared the Lord. This is what the Lord says. When 70 years are completed for Babylon, I will come to you and fulfill my good promise to bring you back to this place. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me, for when you seek me with all your heart, I will be found by you, declares the Lord. And I will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places where I have banished you, declares the Lord, and will bring you back to the place from which I carried you into exile. So, exile doesn't sound like a lot of fun. And I sort of feel like these people who were in exile were really hoping that God would give them a quick fix. An easy out. No, you don't have to be in exile for 20, 50, 70 years. And that's really not what they got with this letter. With this letter, they got this message to persevere. Plant gardens. Eat what they produce. Settle in. Get ready for the long haul. Seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you. So seek the peace where you can find it. Even in this hard, dark time, even when you're feeling alone, look for the peace that you can find there. Don't let the prophets and diviners among you deceive you. Listen to your gut, listen to your heart. Listen to what you know to be right. Trust your faith. When 70 years are completed, I will come to you and fulfill my good promise to bring you back to this place. There are not quick fixes and easy answers. Hard things are just hard. And they don't just go away quickly. But hang in there. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. I know that January, February can be dark times of the year for a lot of people. I know that people are pandemic weary right now, and it's hard not knowing when there's ever going to be an end in sight and when normal is going to look like what we think of as normal. And I know that this causes anxiety and depression in kids, in adults. And sometimes that's hurt that requires some prayer. And sometimes that's hurt that requires some support. So, with today's devotion, I would just remind you, it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes we don't feel okay, and that's real. And God's there for you. Pray to Him. Don't pray for the quick fix, because that's not, we don't get to pick the answer to the prayers. But pray and trust that God has a plan much deeper and much greater than we could possibly know. And sometimes that means we need to settle in, feel the feelings. Sometimes that means we need to reach out to humans to support us, whether that's a friend or a pastor or a therapist. Sometimes we need help, and it's okay. So I feel like this verse is indeed one of hope. Hope is elusive. Sometimes we have to work hard to hold on to it, and sometimes we see it with the sun rising in the morning or the smile in your loved one's eyes. For the days that it's a little harder to find it, it's okay, and you're going to be okay. We'll say our prayers. We'll have faith. There's a plan so much bigger and greater than we can imagine. Trust.